Nobody told you it was going to be this hard. Maybe they should have. Because right now, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, there's a version of you that's holding on by a thread. A version of you that has tried and struggled and fallen and gotten back up so many times that getting back up doesn't even feel brave anymore. It just feels exhausting. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, you started wondering if maybe this is just how it is. Maybe this is just who you are. Maybe the life you imagined for yourself was never really meant for you. I need you to hear this clearly. That thought, that quiet, creeping thought that whispers maybe you're not enough, that is the most dangerous thing in your life right now. Not your circumstances, not your past, not the people who counted you out. That thought, that voice. And today, we are going to destroy it. 2 words. That's all it takes. Stay hard. Most people hear that and think it's a catchphrase, something you put on a t-shirt, something you say to sound tough. But those 2 words, when you actually understand what they mean, when you actually live them, they will change the entire architecture of who you are. Stay hard doesn't mean don't feel pain. It doesn't mean pretend everything is fine. It doesn't mean walk around with your chest out acting like nothing touches you. Stay hard means feel every single thing and keep moving anyway. Feel the exhaustion, feel the doubt, feel the fear, feel the weight of everything that has gone wrong and everything that might still go wrong. Feel all of it, and then take the next step forward anyway.
That is what staying hard actually is. It is the decision to keep going in the presence of every reason to stop. And here's the thing nobody talks about. That decision gets made in the dark, not in public, not when people are watching, not in the highlight reel moments that get shared online. It gets made at 4 in the morning when the alarm goes off and nobody would ever know if you stayed in bed. It gets made in the moment after failure when you could easily justify walking away. It gets made in the silence between who you are right now and who you are trying to become. Those quiet moments, that is where staying hard lives. Think about water for a second. Water is not hard in the way that steel is hard, but water over time carves through stone, not because it's aggressive, not because it's loud, because it is relentless, because it never stops, because no matter what stands in its way, it finds a path forward. That is what it means to stay hard, not to be rigid, not to be violent, to be relentless, to be the thing that keeps moving when everything else has stopped. Most people live their lives in waves. They get motivated, they push hard for a week or two, they hit resistance, they pull back. They feel good, they work. They feel bad, they stop. Their entire output is controlled by their emotional state, and so their life looks exactly like what it is, a series of inconsistent bursts that never build into anything real. Staying hard breaks that cycle. It means your output is no longer connected to how you feel. It means the work happens regardless of the weather, regardless of the mood, regardless of what yesterday looked like. You have decided in advance, permanently, that the standard does not drop. Not today, not tomorrow, not when it's hard, not when it hurts, not when you're tired and empty and running on nothing. The standard does not drop. That sounds simple. Living it is one of the hardest things a human being can do. Because your mind will fight you on this every single day. That is not a flaw in your character. That is just how the mind works. Your brain is wired to conserve energy, to seek comfort, to protect you from unnecessary suffering. Every time you push towards something difficult, it sends signals designed to stop you. Fatigue, doubt, distraction, the sudden overwhelming feeling that you deserve a break. And sometimes you do deserve a break. Rest is real. Recovery is necessary. Staying hard is not about destroying your body or running yourself into the ground.
But here is the difference. The person who stays hard chooses when to rest.
They decide based on what their body and their goals actually need, not based on what their emotions are screaming in the moment. There is a massive difference between strategic rest and emotional avoidance. One makes you stronger, the other keeps you exactly where you are. You already know which one you've been doing. Here is something that most people never confront. The life you are living right now is a direct reflection of your standards, not your potential, not your dreams, not what you're capable of on your best day, your standards, the minimum you are willing to accept from yourself on your worst day. And most people have set those standards way too low. Not because they are weak, but because low standards are comfortable, because nobody challenges you on them, because you can always find someone around you who is doing even less and use them as a benchmark to feel okay about where you are. Staying hard means raising the standard, not to perfection, but beyond where you are comfortable, beyond what requires no effort, into the territory where growth actually lives. And the moment you raise that standard, the moment you decide this is the new minimum, everything gets harder before it gets better. That is not a sign you made the wrong decision. That is the tax you pay for becoming more than you were. Pay it anyway. There is a concept that the people who have truly mastered this understand deeply. It is the idea that suffering is not the enemy, suffering is the teacher. Every hard thing you have ever been through, every failure, every loss, every moment where the ground fell out from under you, it was building something inside you, something you cannot buy, cannot inherit, cannot fake. Calluses on the mind. Just like your hands develop calluses when you do hard physical work, your mind develops a kind of hardness when you repeatedly push through difficulty. Not a coldness, not an inability to feel, a durability, a capacity to face hard things without being destroyed by them. And that capacity, that mental toughness, is the most valuable thing a human being can possess. More valuable than talent, more valuable than intelligence, more valuable than any external advantage anyone could hand you. Because when you have that, nothing can permanently stop you. You might get knocked down. You will get knocked down. That is not a possibility. That is a guarantee. Life does not spare the disciplined. It does not reward effort with an absence of suffering. The most disciplined, most committed, most hard-working people you have ever admired have been knocked down more times than you know, more times than they would like to remember. The difference is they got back up every single time. Not because it was easy, not because they felt ready, because they had decided long before the fall that staying down was not an option. That decision has to be made before you need it. This is critical. You cannot wait until you are in the middle of the hardest moment of your life to decide whether you are the kind of person who stays hard. By then, your emotions are running the show. By then, the voice that says quit has 100 reasons behind it, and it sounds completely reasonable. You make the decision now, in this moment, before the storm hits. You decide right now, I am someone who does not stay down. I am someone who does not negotiate with my excuses. I am someone who keeps their standard when it would be easiest to drop it. You decide that now, and then you hold it through everything. Because here is what nobody tells you about the people who have built something real. They are not extraordinary people. They are ordinary people who made an extraordinary commitment to a standard and then refused to let go of it. That is available to you right now. No special talent required, no perfect circumstances, no waiting for the right moment. The right moment is always right now. It has always been right now. So what does staying hard actually look like in your daily life? Not in theory, in practice, in the real, unglamorous, nobody is watching moments that actually determine what your life becomes. It looks like getting up when the alarm goes off, not negotiating with it, not hitting snooze and telling yourself 5 more minutes. The alarm goes off, your feet hit the floor, every day, without exception. It looks like finishing the workout, even when you hit the wall. Especially when you hit the wall, because the wall is exactly where most people stop.
And finishing what they didn't finish is exactly how you separate yourself from them. It looks like sitting down to do the work you said you would do, even when you don't feel creative, even when the motivation isn't there, even when every distraction in the world is calling your name. You sit down, you start, you stay. It looks like having the hard conversation instead of avoiding it, making the difficult decision instead of postponing it, facing the thing you have been walking around for weeks instead of adding another day to the avoidance. It looks like keeping your word to yourself in the small things, the private things, the things that will never be seen or celebrated, because that is where your character is actually built. None of this is glamorous. None of this looks like the highlight reel. It is quiet. It is unglamorous. It is repeated daily without applause. And it is the only thing that has ever built anything worth having. I want to leave you with this. Somewhere in your life right now, there is something you have been putting off, something you have been afraid of, something you have been telling yourself you will do when you feel ready, when the time is right, when conditions are better. You already know what it is. You have known for a while. And every day you wait, it gets heavier. The weight of what you haven't done compounds, just like the weight of what you have. Except instead of building you, it quietly crushes you. It becomes the thing that lives in the back of your mind at 2 a.m. when you can't sleep. It becomes the gap between who you are and who you know you could be. You can close that gap, starting today. Not tomorrow, not Monday. Not when the fear goes away, because the fear does not go away before you act. The fear goes away because you act. 2 words, the simplest and hardest instruction ever given. Stay hard. Not just when it's exciting, not just when people are watching, not just when the momentum is there and everything is clicking. When it's dark, when it's lonely, when you're tired and empty and you have given everything you have and there is nothing left. Stay hard then. That is where legends are built. Not in the easy moments, in the moments where everything says stop and you keep going anyway. You have more in you than you have ever used. Way more. The life you are capable of living is so far beyond what you are settling for right now that if you could see it clearly, if you could see exactly what you are leaving on the table, it would break your heart. Don't let it stay that way. Get up. Show up. Do the work. Stay hard.